Rugops, the wrinkled-faced predator of the Cretaceous. In the vast evolutionary history of Earth, thousands of dinosaur species once roamed the planet, leaving behind fossil traces like puzzle pieces of a colossal painting. Among the giants celebrated in books and movies, such as Tyrannosaurus rex in North America or Spinosaurus in Africa, there were also smaller, lesser-known creatures whose stories are just as fascinating. One such creature is Rugops, the mysterious carnivore with the haunting name, the wrinkled face. The Age of Rugops, a harsh Cretaceous world. About 95 million years ago, during the mid-Cretaceous period, Africa was a very different place. Instead of the endless sands of today's Sahara Desert, the land was covered in dense forests, winding rivers, and sprawling wetlands. The climate was hot and humid, often volatile, but it created a fertile ground where dinosaurs flourished. In this ecosystem, Spinosaurus, a river monster over 50 feet long, ruled the waterways. On land, Carcharodontosaurus, a massive hunter with serrated blade-like teeth, reigned supreme. And between these giants, Rugops emerged. Not a colossal powerhouse, not the apex predator, but a survivor with its own unique niche. Appearance: the strange wrinkled face. Rugops measured 23 to 30 feet long, stood about 8 feet tall, and weighed 1 to 1.5 tons, similar to a modern rhinoceros. It lacked the awe-inspiring bulk of its neighbors, but its skull held a mystery that stunned paleontologists. The skull was covered with tiny pits and grooves, as if it had once been overlaid with tough skin, scaly armor, or even patches of fleshy tissue. Some scientists suggest these structures might have housed blood vessels or sensory tissues, perhaps helping Rugops detect the smell of carrion from far away, an adaptation for a scavenger. Its name Rugops comes from Latin, meaning wrinkled face. The image evokes an aged, weathered creature, hardened by survival. In a world of razor-toothed, Rugops' wrinkled visage became its signature mark. Hasher, tiny, useless arms, a family trait. Rugops belonged to the dinosaur family Abelisauridae, a group of carnivores mostly found in the southern hemisphere. Like its relatives, it had tiny, virtually useless arms. If Tyrannosaurus rex was mocked for its small forelimbs, Rugops had even less function to show. Its arms were too short to grasp prey, likely vestigial remnants from ancestors. This weakness reinforced the idea that Rugops wasn't a fighter of giants, but rather a survivor through alternative means. The habitat: Africa's prehistoric wilderness. Imagine standing along a Cretaceous riverbank in what is now Niger. Water roars past, filled with enormous fish. Overhead, pterosaurs, flying reptiles with wingspans as wide as a small plane, circle the skies. Far away, a herd of massive sauropods, long-necked plant eaters, trudge slowly across the plains, while in the swamps, Spinosaurus waits silently to ambush. This was Rugops' world, a landscape bursting with life yet filled with danger. It could not rival the colossal predators directly, but it carved out a place for itself amid chaos. Behavior: the clever opportunist. Rugops didn't possess the bone-crushing bite of Carcharodontosaurus or the aquatic hunting skills of Spinosaurus. Its teeth were sharp enough to tear flesh, but not strong enough to shatter bone. That is why many scientists believe Rugops was primarily a scavenger. It likely trailed behind the larger predators, arriving after they made a kill to feast on leftovers. Still, Rugops wasn't limited to scavenging. With a streamlined body and sturdy legs, it could have hunted smaller prey, lizards, crocodiles, or even young dinosaurs too weak to defend themselves. In the ancient world, adaptability mattered more than raw strength. Rugops was proof of this truth. Survival belonged to those who seized opportunity. Ecological role: nature's cleaner. Every ecosystem requires balance. Predators keep herbivore populations in check, herbivores control vegetation, and scavengers clean up what remains. Rugops likely served as one of nature's cleanup crews, feeding on carcasses that might otherwise spread disease. By doing this, Rugops helped maintain a healthy environment. Apex predators provided the kills. Rugops and other scavengers cleared the remains, preventing decay from overwhelming the land. It wasn't glamorous, but it was vital. Mystery of its fossils. Rugops is even more enigmatic because it is known from only a single fossil discovery. In 2000, paleontologist Paul Sereno and his team unearthed its skull and partial bones in Niger. The incomplete remains left many questions unanswered. Was Rugops purely a scavenger, or did it hunt in packs? Could its facial pits have supported display structures like colorful skin flaps or armor? With so little evidence, scientists can only speculate. What is clear, however, is Rugops' importance as one of the earliest abelisaurids. This family spread across South America, India, and Africa when the southern continents were still connected. Rugops may represent a key evolutionary link, showing how abelisaurids dispersed across ancient Gondwana. Why did Rugops disappear? Rugops vanished long before the great extinction that wiped out all non-avian dinosaurs 66 million years ago. The reasons remain uncertain, but competition is a strong candidate. Spinosaurus ruled the rivers. Carcharodontosaurus dominated the plains. Rugops, the smaller opportunist, may have been squeezed out as ecosystems shifted. Climate changes and food scarcity could have pushed it to extinction. Yet its legacy lives on, not as a terror of the Cretaceous, but as a reminder that survival isn't only about dominance. It is about finding a place, however small, in the grand machine of nature. Lessons from the wrinkled face. Rugops teaches us a simple but profound lesson. It is not always the strongest or largest that endure, but the most adaptable. While the giants fought for supremacy, Rugops quietly survived on scraps, fulfilling an essential role in the ecosystem. Its wrinkled face, strange and scarred, symbolizes persistence and humility. Even in the shadow of giants, Rugops mattered. It cleaned the land, kept life balanced, and carried forward the story of abelisaur evolution. And so, Rugops remains an unsung figure in Earth's history, a reminder that every creature, no matter how obscure, has a place in the grand saga of life.